Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 35 today and we are back for a triple header in the National League title race. 3 games to go. We face the sides in 6th, 1st and 7th and we are 1 point off the top. It is a crucial 3 games for us. It is starting to look a little bit difficult though. We're sliding at the wrong time. We've had injuries at awful times. And we've got the hardest possible running, the complete opposite to what we had last season in the National League South. So if you're looking forward to finding out who's going to win the title in this 3-horse race at the top of the National League table, please do put a thumbs up on the video. If nothing else, it should be pretty dramatic. If you want to stay up to date and find out what happens after this one, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Daily episodes from 2 long-term stories, including Hemel Hempstead tomorrow, which is also going to be a thriller. Very much at the other end of the table though. We'll see that one tomorrow. And in 2 days' time, we'll be back for a new season in this one. But will it be at Dover? Will it be in the National League? Or will it be in League 2? All of that to come. In the meantime, you can find the Cricket 22 playlist and the podcast channel up in the eye above. There's also a link to TwitchTube for regular live streams. But let's crack on with Dover Athletic. We've got 3 games to go. They're all very tough ones, but 2 of them are at home. What we've basically been affected by is a lack of fitness, the legs just running out for the part-time players. We've also been hit by injuries. Matt Everett just coming back from 6 weeks off now, but he's missed half of the running. And as a result of the lack of fitness and a lack of quality substitutes, we're letting in a lot of late goals. And as a result, I think we're going to miss out. This is what's happening since you were last with me. You were here for Notts County and Spennymoor. We backed it up with a 2-1 win at home to Stockport, Adabomi and Andy Yapan getting the goals there. We then were held 1-1 against Maidenhead, Matt Everett equalising in the second half. Andy Yapan got injured in that game, missed 3 or 4 weeks. Home to Woking, 1-1 again, Harvey Nibbs saved us in the 91st minute. 1-1 away at Ebbsfleet, Adabomi with a late goal. At home to Halifax, a 2-1 victory, 2 goals for Harvey Nibbs. Harvey Gilmore made it a grandstand finish. A 1-0 win at Solihull, Nibbs in the 59th. A 2-0 win against Kings Lynn, Nibbs and Anif Awozi, a rare substitute appearance for him. Nibbs got injured in that game, missed the next 2. A 3-0 defeat at Torquay, very difficult game. We got absolutely pummeled. Against Aldershot though, 89th minute equaliser cost us. Dan Cowan had put us ahead. We just didn't have the legs to keep up. And what made it worse was 3 days later against Fylde, the exact same thing happened. 85th minute equaliser after an early Nibbs goal. And we've just not got the strength in depth. Losing Hoffer in January has been a massive blow. Because so often we've ended up with Kanu up front and then Nibbs out on the right or Adabomi out wide rather than playing our strongest players. Because we haven't got that natural width. We haven't got those subs in those positions. And the director of football, Kevin Wilkin, for all the praise this season, didn't do anything towards the end of the window. So a little backup leaving like Johannes Hoffer has actually been a massive loss to this football club. And possibly might cost us promotion. Let's go and crack on with the first game. No time for dilly-dallying. It is our first episode since the update. Most of those games you just saw, though, were played after that. And of course, we are scoring a few less goals because that big presence, the powerful teams from set pieces, from crosses into the box, not as much of an influence following the update now. So let's go and get into it, see our lineup for the first one. We're at home to Chesterfield and I've got a team to pick. So we'll be back in a minute when I've done it. Now, there's one positive, which is we've had 8 days off here. That means we've been able to get everyone pretty much fit again, although it could be ruined by the fact we're playing 2 games in 4 days now. I'm hoping we'll get through that. Then there's a week off to the final game of the season. But they're all very tough games and we're going to have to chase a lot of the ball. Lucas Ness had an injury. His star rating has dropped. His ability has dropped too. The rest of it, though, pretty much picks itself. We've got Matthew Hall between the sticks, Banks and Andy Appan of fullback. Both of them have had an injury spell since the last episode. Pack Bay and Ness the centre-halves. Ryan Hansen, Brandon Haynes, who's moved to an attacking duty now, and Nathan McKenna at the midfield 3, with Kadua, Adabomi and Nibbs the front 3. It's the only choice really of quality while we've had Matt Everett out injured. He's still not back for this one. We have though got Bramble back on the bench. The likes of Cowan and Kanu is there, but it's been utterly useless since he joined, I've got to be honest. 3 starts, 3 sub-appearances, 1 assist and an average rating of 6.4. He's no Johannes Hoffer, despite his attributes being slightly better. We are nearly back to full strength though, just 1 player short. Let's see if we can get a result today. If we don't win this, you could argue we're out of the title race, because even the Crawley result wouldn't matter. Let's go and see what we can do. So as everyone gets back to fitness and 8 days off means just one change for us. It's Packpate back in for Cowan at centre-half, does strengthen our defence and takes it back to first choice. Liam Mandeville still in the Chesterfield side, saw him score a screamer at the weekend in real life last week. That was for Chesterfield against Salford in the FA Cup. Dean Donoghue, we came up against him when he was at Carnarvon at the start of this save when we were at Keffe and Druids. Calvin Miller's a good player, Josh Passley at right back. It's a very good side. They've even got quality on the bench in Lemon High Evans. They've made a fair few changes. They've got a lot more depth than us. So let's see if we can get a positive result. We've got some of the lads motivated. We've got a big first half ahead of us as Rowley kicks off to Stickland. He goes back to Semple. Chesterfield will try and get on the front foot early. They're not going to be afraid of playing football here. Passley down the right-hand side. It's a good block, but Adebomi can only give it back to him. Hansen intercepts. We're seeing a lot of this from the kickoff, which isn't always a good sign. And Chesterfield having the better of the ball at the moment. Semple goes back to his keeper. And what a weird 30 seconds to see, because there's been nothing from it so far. Doesn't bode well for the rest of it. Semple back to Stickland. Over the top. Rowley's beaten the defender. It's an awful mistake at the back. This has happened 3 times since the update. And it barely happened once before. I don't know if that's nerves or jitters from getting close to the finish line. But Packpay's made an awful mistake. 1-0 Chesterfield. An awful start. 13 minutes on the clock and we're back as Kadua picks it up just inside his own half. Goes back to Lewis Banks who chips down the line. Nibs will chase it but Semple's there first. Plays long downfield but only as far as Banks. To Haynes. He finds McKenna. 2 up with him. Haynes is 1. Into Harvey Nibs. That's a wonderful goal but I saw the flag. The flag is up. I think it's the wrong decision. But Harvey Nibs flagged offside. The goal's not going to count. And now we've got to keep an eye on Crawley's score because if we don't win this, that score's going to be crucial. If they win, they go 4 points clear and we can't even catch them with a win at the weekend. Banks throws into Kadua. We are starting to play better now. Here's Brandon Haynes to Banks. Chips into Nibs. He's off again, is he? No! The flag does not go up this time. 27 for the season. Banks puts the ball in. Great to have him fully fit again. And it's headed in by Nibs. Brilliant goal scorer. Had a very good season. 1-1. And Crawley are behind. A draw is sending us top as it stands. This is turning into a very good day. We've got a corner kick with Haynes to the back post to Lucas Ness. Oh, he's moved position, but it doesn't matter. Lucas Ness back to the traditional set pieces, and he has headed one in at the far post. Brilliant goal, wonderful header, and we're back on top by 2 points. If Torquay can hang on for that, we're going to have a field day. 2-1 Dover at half-time, and we had this last season, didn't we? Remember the final episode of last season on the penultimate day? We were 1-0 down, I think it was to Concord, and Lucas Ness turned up with 2 headers to win us the title. Crawley have equalised against Torquay. Not good for us. Hansen finds Nibs though. He can release his man down the right. Kadua's making that run. Gets in behind. Haynes is with him. Doesn't need him. That is super. Kadua scores the goal. Brilliant counter-attack. Dover 3, Chesterfield 1. And it looks like mission 1 is almost complete. Now we've got to hold on to the lead. Try and keep people rested and watch that Crawley score like a hawk. Long ball downfield towards Nibs. Loses out in the air. Falls for Adebomi on the left. And a lot of this Chesterfield back 4 is on a booking. Can we force them into a challenge? McKenna delivers. Nibs is offside. Almost gets his 3rd of the game. But instead, it's 1 because 2 have been ruled out for offside. 61 minutes gone. Still all square at Crawley. Adebomi's winning a header high up the pitch from the goal kick and gives it to Nibs. Here's Andy Appan. Not sure which players to take off, to be honest. Packpay finds Hansen. Into Haynes. Finds Nibs. You can see how much more influential Haynes is going forward there. Does leave us a little open at the back on that side, though. Packpay's trying to deal with this. Made 1 mistake already. Let's hope he doesn't hear. Finds Andy Appan. Down the line, it's poor. Adebomi made the run in behind. He played short. Ness intercepts the through ball, though. Haynes gets it from Hansen to Packpay. To Ness. Wide to Banks, the right back. We look good in possession. We look confident. And we're keeping the ball, which means less fitness used as well. Haynes to Nibs, to McKenna. Got men running off him. Adebomi's 1 on the left. Into the area. Forced wide. Delivers to Nibs. Oh, it's a great save. Haynes hits the post on the rebound from a very acute angle. But that would have been game over. Instead, it's a set piece up the other end. Clark delivers. Stickland's up. Good header Packpay. Still not away to Semple though. Lemon High Evans the sub just over the bar. We've got to watch it. The game is not won yet. Crawley, though, struggling against Torquay. Let's see out this highlight and we'll make a change as Packpay heads away to Adebomi. He gets down the left-hand side. Just give us a 4th. Let us rest people. Into the back post. Haynes header off the post to Nibs. He's onside. It's 28 for the year. And it's 4-1 Dover. Job done. Let's make changes. We are going to rest Brandon Haynes. He is so important. It's going to be TJ Bramble on for him. I'm going to replace Pakpe, who's had a really poor game. Dan Cowan on for him. And then Kadua, because I'm more hopeful that we'll have Everett fit of the weekend. Nibs out to the right, Kanu up front. What a time it would be for him to get his first goal for the club. Might not happen, but we might not need it. Let's just stay tight at the back. 5 minutes to go. Still 1-1 in the other game as we play out down the right-hand side. Lewis Banks to Ness. Can go back to the keeper if he needs to and does just that. Almost lost it first though. Hall plays out. Chips to the left back Andy Appan in acres of space. Out to Adabomi on the left wing. Can we keep the ball? Can we keep it tight? That's the big question. As the full balls to Bramble. He's making the run in that Haynes position. Bramble with a good shot. Tipped over the bar, but this is the best we've looked in a couple of months. I'm really pleased with the performance. In other news and better news, Matt Everett signed a 3-year deal as well. So if we do go up, we've got Matt Everett in the Football League. But at the moment with 3 to go, it's been a vintage performance. And at the most important time too. Lemon High Evans releases Rowley though. Might yet concede another. Just wide of the post. 2 to go. Can Torquay hang on? No. Crawley have scored in the 92nd minute. Kanu holds up the ball up front, but it doesn't matter. Crawley are now top, and from a draw being a good result against them on Saturday, we now have to win. Kanu back. It's over the top to Bramble. Might well get his goal here. It's a good bit of defending from Semple. Should have been 5 in truth. If Haynes had been on, probably would have been. Sean Goss with a stoppage time penalty. Crawley get the win. And they stay top by 1 point with 2 games to go. Next, though, we face them. And it may well be the title decider. See you in a minute. We're back to face Crawley. And it could be the end of our title run today. With Crawley's late winner in the last game, if they win this, they're 4 clear with a game to go. And that means it will definitely be playoffs for us. What we're trying to do, though, is take it to the final day. Matt Everett, fit but not quite. We'll put him on the bench just in case we need a goal. Because we might as well chase it at that point. We are guaranteed second place now, so at least if we do drop into the playoffs, we miss out the first round, we get a little rest. Notts County, almost guaranteed third too. So let's go and get in to the second game. This is potentially a title decider. If we win it, we would expect to win the title. If we lose it, we're definitely out, and if we draw it, it's not in our hands. It's as simple as that. The big question is, who's fit? Not a lot of players, but we're going to have to take the gamble. Be back in a minute to see who's gonna. 2 sets of fresh legs, but no real change to the quality of the team. Bramble in for Hansen, Cowan in for Ness. The rest of it stays the same. I don't see any reason to make wholesale changes. And we've got a week off after. We've got to take a gamble in the biggest game of the year. The 2 loanies, if they get injured, so be it. It might ruin our playoff chances, but we can't turn away the title. So that is the lineup for today. The same front 5 I'm hoping will cause havoc. We've got home advantage, but Crawley, that last minute winner gives them momentum. Let's see who comes out on top and whether the title's settled before the final day. And here we go. Look at the quality in that Crawley team. Tom Nichols, the skipper up front. Sean Goss, who scored that penalty, a class act. Xavier Simons, James Tilley, they're Football League players. Harry Ransom even at centre-half. What a player he is. We had him at Ballymena last year in Europe. Too good. Ashley Nadasan, back at Crawley and on the bench. It's insane. They are surely the favourites to win this, but if we're at our best, if we continue that momentum from the Chesterfield game, we've got a chance, but we've got to be better at the back. Crawley top by a point going into this, Notts County in third behind anyway. So we're actually probably watching to see what the playoff shape's going to look like, because we're more than likely going to be in there. Can we nick a win in this though? We've got a free kick 30 yards out with 20 minutes gone. Brandon Haynes is over it, 25 yards just over the bar. Unfortunately, it remains goalless, but been a cagey game so far. We are, though, having a lot of set pieces. As with 25 gone, Brandon Haynes is on another one. Outswinging corner to the back post. Headed in by Gideon Kadua. That is massive. Massive, that goal. 1-0 up against Crawley. We are top of the league. I think we move on to 100 points with it. That could be massive. Now, can we take these chances while we're on top? Another free kick 25 yards out. Brandon Haynes over it. Make me jump. Brandon Haynes just over the bar. If Everett's fit, he's taking these and possibly scoring one. but we can't complain. It's been a nothing game and we've taken advantage of set pieces. We can keep that up, we're going to be alright. 5 minutes to the break, it's a goal kick for Crawley, big one downfield. Now don't give away a silly goal. Bramble, the fresh legs, finds Andy Appan, overlaps down the left hand side. Got a fullback to take on, he's going all the way here. 3 in the middle here if we can get it in. Dover a pack in the box, Haynes is there. And he heads just over the bar. Nearly half time, it's been a wonderful performance. Crawley, freezing you could argue, not had a shot on target. 1-0 the lead at half time. I wonder if we'll regret it not being more, because I know we haven't dominated from open play, but from set pieces we've carried a massive threat. Maybe I should have started Lucas Ness. But there it is. As soon as it starts to go right, it starts to go wrong again. Off comes Ola Adabomi with injury. If we end up in the playoffs and he's out, we've got a much worse chance than we did. Now I need Everett to get through 40 minutes without getting injured. Hopefully he can do that. Great to have him back, but not in the right circumstances. Well, we've reached the hour mark, and I know Kanu's been poor, but Harvey Nibbs is shattered and he's offering nothing. So Daniel Kanu is on up front. We need to protect Nibbs, don't forget, as Crawley have got a corner into the back post. Pakpe misses it, but it goes through. Mohammed back into Platt, free header. Straight at Matthew Hall. I'm celebrating under here, you can't see it. I was pumping the fists all the time. Hall gets it out to the striker. Kanu loses out in the air. He's got nothing up there, has he? Bramble wins it back though. But we have got to protect Nibbs. If that Adabomi injuries the season, we can't rely on Kanu. Everett can't stay fit. We've got to have Nibbs in there. Chip ball forward. Can Kanu get his first goal? Oh, what a time for it that would have been. But he's just not got the quality. If that's Nibbs, if that's Adabomi, that's 2-0. Even if it was Johannes Hoffer, I would have fancied that earlier in the season. Ransom heads away the corner. McKenna's got it on the left. He's probably going to be the final sub because he looks shattered. Down the line to Andy Appan though. He finds Pakpe, the centre-half. McKenna again, into Bramble. Doing a really solid job in there. Finds Haynes. Back heel to McKenna. Goes from distance. That's comfortably over. I don't know if I want to make the last sub this early, but I feel like we might not have a choice. The plan would be to bring Hansen on in the holding role and then put Bramble in the box-to-box because he's the fresher legs. And that's what I'm going to do. Harry Noon, this isn't the game for him. We need physicality. We need youth. We need quality. We don't need someone who can keep the ball and experience, because if we go 1-1 here, we need an attacking team. Dover 1, Crawley 0. As it stands, we're going top of the league by 2 points into the final game. And with our better goal difference, we'd only need a draw. 90 seconds plus stoppage time. You know what's coming. Time waste. Get back. Make sure you cling on. Kadua and Everett drop it to a 4-1, 4-1. Brandon Haynes is going to be on a support duty only. Bramble the same. Defending fullbacks. You ain't going anywhere. You stay back there. No more overlaps. Let's just cling on. Time waste all the time. Be more disciplined. In transition, hold your shape. Slow it down. Get that defensive line back. Do not press their keeper. And make sure, whatever happens, you win this game 1-0. Please, let us be top into the final day. 5 minutes added on. We're through 4 of them. We are top of the league. Going away to Harrogate. And the title is in our hands into the final day. So similar to last season. And now we need to see how bad the Adabomi injury is, because it could still yet be the decider in this title race. Well, that is season over. 5 to 6 weeks out. Do we take the gamble here? Look, he's going to miss the playoffs anyway. I'm going to do it. I very rarely do this, but I'm going to give him a painkilling injection just so he can sit on the bench. I know it might cause a problem, but if we can get into League 2 and turn this side pro, it, one, changes this club's future and leaves us as a legend regardless of what happens. And two, it surely opens the door for us to big jobs in the summer. Maybe even at League 1 or a rubbish championship club. A chance to turn them around. Maybe the Scottish Premiership. We've got to do it. So he's going to get through next week's game. I'm sorry, it's going to hurt you. But if I can get you on the bench, if we need a goal, it might be the difference. Kadua is going to get the praise for his performance. And we'll be back in a minute for the title decider. Well, 45 games played, and it all comes down to number 46. I thought briefly we had an advantage. We go away to Harrogate on the final day. We're scrapping it out with Ebbsfleet for the final playoff place. Chesterfield, in guaranteed 6th, are playing Crawley away. Both of them played in midweek, whereas us and Crawley didn't. Be interested to see if that makes a difference to either or both sides. Let's go and get into it and pick our last team though. This is massive. A draw or a win, and we've won the title, a defeat, and the door's open for Crawley. Let's see what 11 we can piece together. One game to go. We have made 3 changes. The 2 that we made in midweek are reversed. Hansen back in for Bramble, Cowan back out, Lucas Ness in at centre-half, and Matt Everett, the substitute for Adebomi, is in. Adebomi on his injections on the bench. Kanu another striking option if we need it. Cowan, Sweeney and Bramble, all defensive ones if we need it. Let's go away to Harrogate. Hope they're absolutely shattered and have got half a team out. Fingers crossed we can wrap up the point we need to get the title. 5 changes made by Harrogate, and look at one of the men who's out on the bench. Joshua Squires, crucial part of our promotion last season. One of the few signings that our director of football made. And he's on the bench today for Harrogate. Shows how strong they are. William Hondermark, former legend for us at Dorking in FM20. And Donovan Wilson up front, former Macclesfield star in FM20. Look at the fitness levels. They're a long way off. If we can stay level till half time, I'd fancy us to run away with this late on. Let's see if we can do it, and let's watch the Crawley score. If they don't win, our result doesn't matter. Early doors free kick from Everett. The brilliant delivery's back, but the header from Lucas Ness is against the woodwork. How many times have we said that this season? Please, Chesterfield, do a number on Crawley today. Just don't make me have to worry. That's all I'm asking for. Quarter of the game gone, and we're back with Harrogate in possession. Central third of the pitch, in the centre circle with Giddins. Hondermark releases Steadman. They've got through us so easily there. Steadman's in one-on-one. Oh, he's hit the post. I was so sure that was in. We get away with it. Banks clears. 10 minutes to the break. I've bottled it and dropped to balanced. I don't know yet if that's a mistake, as Banks goes long downfield. Hartridge clears away. Only as far as Packpay though on halfway. Finds Hansen in a holding role. He goes back to Lucas Ness. Keeping the ball well, but we're not really creating anything. No one's showing for the ball today. Kadua flicks down for Brandon Haynes. He's often the man to make the difference. Forced wide here, though. Can he get the crossing? Does from the byline. Nathan McKenna's there. That is stunning from Brandon Haynes. When we needed a moment of magic, it's the Charlton loanee who produces. And whether we're in the National League or League 2 next year, we will not be the same side without him. Half-time, 1-0 Dover. 0-0 between Crawley and Chesterfield. And at the moment, we're getting back-to-back titles, and both of them being won on the final day. You couldn't write this story. Corner kick for Dover. Can we make it comfortable? Everett up to Lucas Ness. It does not matter if the corners have been tweaked on the update. Lucas Ness delivers in every big game. 9th goal of the season, 2 crucial headers, 2 games in a row, and for the 2nd year in a row, his headers might have won us the title. Barnes with a big kick for Harrogate. Ness gives it to Banks, and you can see them tiring now, but they've won the ball back here. Can they have one last flurry? No, Banks wins it back. Superior fitness. Finds Lucas Ness, up towards Nibs, loses out in the air. Giddins gets it to Hartridge. He finds Leighton. Kadua could really do with being replaced on the right, but the only sub up there is Adebomi, and I don't know if I want to risk that. We go 3 up, I might bring on Kanu. Thomas on the right, though, at the moment. Looks like it could be 2-1. Hondermark into Steadman. Lovely football. Wilson releases his man on the left. Armstrong beats Banks. Into the back post. Andy Appan heads up more than away. Armstrong has a second chance to cross. Banks just stand him. Forces him back to Hamblin. Kadua's there, but can't do enough. Giddins chips it in. Thomas is up. It's hit the crossbar again. Oh my word, we shouldn't be so nervy at 2-0 up. Nibs is on the counter though. If he can make it 3, he changes this season and this football club's future. Gets wide though, gets it inside, and Hansen loses out to Hondermark. Crawley are still 0-0. I shouldn't be panicking, but I'm so nervous about this, and they've done what they always do. Crawley have scored, they're doing their job, but unless we concede 3, we've won the title. Kadua is going to be replaced, and I'm going to do it. Nibs out to the right, Adebomi up front. Please don't let this be a mistake as Everett chips a free kick in. Nibs to Hansen. Tip wide with a wonderful save. What a finish to the season. You've got to give it to these lads. They are producing when it matters most. And with 15 to go, Adebomi on injections is storming down the left. Can't make anything of it though. Barnes wins it back in goal to Hall. Chance to play forward and does just that. Squires is on the pitch. Legend for us last year. Had a title winning medal. Hasn't got one this season. He's fighting for the playoffs. Barnes gives it to Leighton. Out wide to Armstrong, who's looked good for Harrogate today. Back to Leighton again. He gets inside. He's got no pressure on him at all. If anything, they look fitter, despite not being so. Armstrong back to Leighton. You wouldn't have told that they played in midweek and we hadn't. Steadman, Giddins. I guess it is pro v semi-pro, isn't it? As they come forward down the left again with Armstrong. Into the box. Thomas is there. Oh, he's missed a sitter. That is massive news for us because we're looking a little bit fatigued now. 7 minutes to go, and I think the time-wasting subs can start. Chesterfield have scored. Chesterfield, you legends. Let's bring on... Who are we going to bring on? Kanu can have a run out for Nibs. We'll put Adabomi out to the right. And I'll leave it 2 more, and then either Bramble or Cowan can come on. I think it's going to be Haynes off, Bramble on. Bramble will drop to a support duty. Just give us a little bit more shape in the middle. So on that side where Haynes is advanced, the left back keeps cutting in. So let's try and make it comfortable. We are down to the final 2 minutes. We're going to win the title with Dover Athletic. It goes to the final day for the 2nd year in a row. But Kevin Wilkin, credit to him, he's given us an unbelievable side this season. And despite some hiccups in the road, on the final day we've made it count. And that crucial penultimate day win against Crawley has given us the National League title. This may not lead to us being at Dover next year, but it will certainly lead to a better career. What a win! Dover Athletic, National League champions. This is going to be a big summer for my career and for Dover Athletic. What a way to finish. There is the confirmation. Expected to fight bravely against relegation. Came in with about 15 senior players. And Kevin Wilkin gave us 6 or 7 brilliant stars. And we've become an excellent side. Just pipped Crawley on the final day. It went down to the wire. But we are National League champions. And somehow we've managed to achieve greatness. Added to that, the 3rd round tie against Leicester in the FA Cup. And this club's transfer budget is 380 grand. They're talking about turning professional even before we switch over to League 2. But my worry is this. If we stay at this club, and we don't have Brandon Haynes, the best player I've ever seen in non-league. Look at him. He's a championship player already. What on earth is he doing here when he could be starting for Charlton? Nathan McKenna, crucial goal on the final day. Lewis Banks, excellent player. Without these, we haven't got a League 2 squad. We've barely got a National League winning one. So that is where the problem comes. I think we're going to have to look for a job this summer. It will be realistic. And surely we're going to get attention for a big step up because that has been an incredible season and we should leave regardless as a Dover legend. If you did enjoy that triple header, a stunning end, a nail-biting end to the season, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. We had a wobble, but when everyone was back fit, we just about got over the line. The Lone Stars were brilliant. We'll reflect on that in the next episode. But if you're looking forward to it and you want to find out if it will be at Dover or a new club, please subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. We're back first with Hemel Hempstead tomorrow. We've got a big battle at the other end of the table. I'd urge you to come and support me in that one. And then we will be back here in 2 days' time to see what on earth is going on with our career and with Dover Athletic, our current club. There's Cricket 22 content and the other playlists up in the eye above. Please do come and try them if you haven't already. Twitch channel's up there too. We'll be live again tonight for more FM. But thank you very much for watching, for following along for another season. What a finish. What a team. What a club. Dover Athletic, a big favourite. I'll see you next time to see if we're still here.